I like the door. One thing you appreciate on the Ninja products is that they're built like tanks. And you can see how thick the doors are. Okay, Federal Express just dropped this off. This is brand new. I mean, they just released this one. It's a Ninja French Door Premier. It's an air fryer, convection oven type of setup. We got one of these trusty old Ninja Smart Lid air fryer fan went out. I have to fix that, so get something right away because can't go on life without an air fryer, right? You can see it's winter time outside, so we'll be doing some casseroles, so this came in at the opportune time. I mean, it's nice that they just released this. I need this air fryer as soon as possible, and I was lucky that Ninja just released this model, and it's just my luck. So this is what it looks like. Let's see what comes inside of it. It came double box from Ninja, which is nice. So this is basically the drip pan if you're using a broiler, and this is a catcher for grease and crumbs and all that. The measurements of this thing here is exactly 12.2 inches. So, and that's going to be an important factor, and I'll explain to you why later on. Let's take off the lid. As you can see, Ninja always packs the thing so that minimal damage during handling and shipping. Pull this out. The box kind of explains to you what it does. It's got a 90-second preheat, which is very quick. These are the stuff that's going to come with the unit. We'll show you that once we get it on the counter. Let's see. You can do an air fry, air roast, whole roast, bake, pizza, bagels, toast, dehydrate, reheat, and broil. Main two things we usually do: the air fryer and then the air roast. Maybe a pizza. It holds a 12-inch pizza. There's a cutout in the back so you can slide a pizza inside of it. But this is the newest and greatest from Ninja. Now, what's nice about Ninja, this is the first French door air fryer. Other companies have been out for a while now, so Ninja is able to observe to see how they can improve their system over the other ones. And I'll explain to you why in a couple of minutes. So let's get this on the counter and see what it looks like. Okay, let's see what else comes in it. Take this off. One thing you appreciate on the Ninja products is that they're built like tanks. I mean, there's competitive models out there, and if you see them in person, you'd be surprised how cheesy and chintzy they are. Now, this is a smaller size of the toaster oven size, which is a good and bad thing. It's bad because you can't get your 13x9 pan inside of it, or large turkey. But the good side of it being more compact size, it fits in under your cabinets better, and also, since you got a smaller interior capacity, food's going to cook a lot more evenly and faster. And the smaller size makes the air fryer heck a lot more efficient, because the larger the oven, the less you're going to have heat and circulation. So smaller is good in this case. Now, to get a perspective on the size, it's not that big, but it's a little bit tall. So it's 16.5 inches in length, 15.8 inches wide, and 13.5 inches tall. So just a little perspective there. Now, let me just open this door up. It's one handle, so you just pull one handle, both doors open up, and you can see how thick the doors are. There's another brand out there that's very popular, that's probably half the price of this, but the door is really thin, hinges are thin. And I like this is that the control panel is on the unit itself. There's other brands that have the control panel on the door itself. Even Ninja has, the older oven has a control panel on the door. What I found out by experience is that when you have control panels on the door, the wiring goes through the hinges, and over time that wiring breaks, and guess what? You got big issues. So this is good design. Okay. Oh, so this is pretty straightforward. This is a lower rack. So this is what slides in here, just like this. You're always going to be using this thing anyway with the drip pan. This is your air fryer basket. It's a big one. It's 5 quarts, so it's one of the largest air fry baskets out there. I mean, Ninja says it's the largest air fryer out there, but that's not true. It's the largest basket, you know, so. And then this thing just sits on top of this. So whatever you're cooking drips onto this tray here. You want it drip onto your element. Now, this one here is your crumb tray. It just slides out. So this one here, if you're toasting stuff, you could just wipe it down. It's all stainless steel interior. Anything that's coated in here is all proved to be, non-harmful. Interior is all stainless steel, and then we got a covered cooking element down here, just in case grease drips on it, it's not going to cause too much smoking. Then we got the regular element on top. Fans on top too. Now, if you look on the back of this oven, so they got these things sitting here. This is so that it keeps away from the wall. Otherwise, they don't want you to push against the wall because you got heat coming out of here. So those are bumpers there, and I don't know if you could wrap your cord around it, but yeah, sort of. And then this cutout here is for the pizza, because it holds a 12-inch pizza. Okay, so like I mentioned before, it's not the tallest oven out there, so. Yeah. So let's say you're doing a turkey or chicken. I mean, your height is probably about 4.5 inches. So, you talk about maybe a 5-pound chicken. You could smash it down a little bit. You get a larger chicken in there, but 5-6 pounder, you should be able to get in there because they're not that tall. Okay, so we got it plugged in. Pretty straightforward if you're used to any type of toaster oven. You can see when you open the doors, the light goes on. Here's your type of things you could do with this oven. 10 items. The difference between whole roast and air roast, naturally you've got the convection going on. Simple to use. I mean, if you use any toaster oven, you realize how simple this is. Temperature, time, and your mode. Turn on the oven light if you want to see what's going on. They got a button here. This is a power button. Turn the whole unit on and off. This is they call it a stop button, but this is a pause button. So when you push it in, it'll pause it and keep it setting. So it's just a pause. And it talks to you a little bit, which is kind of nice. And I believe when this thing is on, when you open up the pause, the light comes on and everything stops. So kind of handy. Okay, we'll probably be using this next day or so we'll do another video on actually using it. I just want to show you what it looks like in person. This is me next to it, so you can see my hands, it's, compared to the Breville, this thing's quite a bit smaller. Okay, one thing I want to mention, if you use the regular toaster oven, it's 13 by 9, it's not going to fit. So you're going to have to get a special pan to fit this unit. It's not really special, it's just a smaller pan. I would say probably 12 by 10 or 12 by 11 will fit it perfectly because this pan here is 12.2 inches. So anything that's 12.2 inches or less will fit in there. I think at Walmart they got a 12.2 by 9.7 inch pan, 2 inch tall, so it's good for cakes and baking. A 13 by 9 pan is about 117 square inches. The one at Walmart is 12.2 by 9.75. That's 115 square inches, which is pretty close. A lot of people will probably be using the 11 by 9 pan, which is about 100 square inches. So it's going to be a little bit smaller, so you're going to have to adjust your cooking time a bit if you're doing cakes and stuff. But they sell pans that fit this, so it's no issue. I just want to let you know that. Don't get anything that's wider than 12.2 inches or 12.25 inches, because it's not going to fit. I like that door. Yeah, one thing good about the French door is that when you swing it open, you got a lot of room to play with, and the door's not dropping down, so it's a lot easier to use. So I hope you like this video. Please click the like button. When you have a chance, please subscribe. In my next videos, we'll show you us actually using this to cook. In fact, it's wintry, so I think we'll probably make a casserole tomorrow, and maybe we're going to air fry a fish tonight for dinner. Yeah, we'll try it out, and see what happens. Thank you for watching.